changes things. That's one of the big truths in life. Something can seem certain today, maybe it doesn't seem so certain tomorrow. Kind of like the situation with John Boyega and him considering any kind of a future with Star Wars. You guys will remember that in the last couple of years, John Boyega has been very, very vocal about the fact that he's done with Star Wars. I even remember one quote when somebody asked him a question about something along the lines of, hey, would you be interested in doing a Disney Plus show? And he said something, I'm paraphrasing it, but it's like, I'm a real actor. You ain't going to Disney Plus me or something like that. You remember that?
Yeah.
Like that was, it's like, I don't know, maybe not the best thing to say. Look, John Boyega was an actor who really exploded on the scene when he did Attack the Block. And that put him on everybody's radar. And quite frankly, he really has, like whether you like or didn't like the Star Wars movies he's in, he's proven himself to be a very good actor. He's a tremendous actor. But if you look at what he's done recently, there actually hasn't been a whole heck of a lot that he's been involved in and done. Like if we go back to say like, we go back to the last Star Wars movie he did, Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker. Awful movie, by the way. So I'm not familiar with Small Axe, so I can't speak to that. I also am not familiar with the podcast series Tomorrow Monster, so I can't speak to that. I'm not familiar with Naked Singularity, to be honest with you. Breaking was an interesting little movie. This was like a bank heist movie they did with Michael K. Williams. I might have been Michael K. Williams' final film. I can't remember. But it reminded me a lot of The Negotiator with Kevin Spacey and was that Samuel Jackson was in that with Kevin Spacey? So it reminded me a lot of that. Excellent performance. Nobody saw it, but it was excellent performance. Then he was in The Woman King, and he was very good in The Woman King. Then he was in another film that nobody saw called They Cloned Tyrone that he was in with Jamie Foxx. And I actually thought that was a pretty fun little movie. Look, he hasn't been tremendously busy with some high-profile projects, but he's continued to show that he's a really great actor. Now, just a little while ago, they made the announcement at Star Wars Celebration that for some reason, they're going to do a new Star Wars movie with Rey from the Star Wars sequels. Now, I like Daisy Ridley very much, and I liked a couple of the Star Wars movies she was in, but what you can't deny is that those movies were incredibly divisive amongst the Star Wars fan base, and I quite frankly was shocked that they announced that they would be doing one with Rey. Now, a lot of people then started asking, well, do you think Poe Dameron and do you think John Boyega, do you think they could return? A lot of us thought, no, especially John Boyega. Well, John Boyega is now singing a different tune, and he now says he's actually willing to come back. As a matter of fact, he's open to all opportunities. This comes to us from Deadline. When he was asked about the possibility of him coming back to Star Wars, something he's adamantly kind of said he wouldn't do, he's now saying this. That was a few years ago. So they were the subject of that particular project, Boyega told Tech Radar about his comments. But I am open to all characters and scripts that are enjoyable, have a great cast attached, and a terrific director. So yeah, I'm open to all opportunities. So that is John Boyega saying, I'm open to coming back and playing Finn again in Star Wars. I'm open to come back to Star Wars, something we never thought would happen. And the reason that's particularly interesting right now, because actor wants to get paid jobs to be in movies. Wow, big newsflash. But it's particularly appropriate right now because we are now in an era where we do know we've got Rey coming back and new Star Wars movies. And look, the possibility of Finn coming back now is a lot stronger than it would have been before. We literally could see Star Wars Chapter 11 now. Or Star Wars Chapter 10, I guess would be. Yeah, you got 1 through 9. Star Wars Chapter 10. And I think that's a mistake, not because I don't have any appreciation for the sequels. I do have some appreciation for a couple of the sequels, but I just don't know what the general Star Wars fan base is going to think of it. And again, that's not a commentary on Daisy Ridley or her acting. I think she's a tremendously gifted actress. I really enjoy her. Nor is it a commentary on John Boyega's talent as an actor. He's an incredibly talented performer and actor. I just know if this is the right direction for either him or Star Wars as a whole. We want to take a second and thank the sponsor of this video, Birddogs. You know, as a guy, there's only two things that are important to me when it comes to fashion: looking good, and even more importantly, being comfortable. And that's where our sponsors, Birddogs, come to the rescue. Offering everything from pants like stretch khakis, joggers, and sweatpants, to shorts like gym shorts and swimsuits, and even great looking and comfortable polo shirts. Birddogs, like their stretch khaki shorts, are designed to fit slimmer through the thighs and legs, giving you a truly sculpted look. Birddog shorts fit way better than regular shorts that are made of a stiff, restricting cotton. You see, Birddogs fixed this issue by inventing cloud knit fabric that looks just like khaki, but stretches so you get a way slimmer fit without having to sacrifice movement. And that's just one of the reasons that by wearing Birddogs, you're gonna look good and, more importantly, feel good. So guys, go to birddogs.com/Campea for a free Yeti-style tumbler with your order. That's birddogs.com/Campea for a free Yeti-style tumbler. Use code Campea. You won't want to take your Birddogs off. We promise you. Guys, the question is for you. What do you think about this? John Boyega has now done a complete, turnaround on his position. He's now saying, I am totally open to coming back to Star Wars. And we find out just a few months after we find out that there's going to be a new Star Wars movie with Rey in it. Could we see Finn and Rey in the movie together again? Could Poe Dameron come back Are we just essentially going to get Star Wars Chapter 10 at this point? I'm getting ahead of myself, clearly, but what do you think is going to happen here? What do you think should happen? Whatever your thoughts are, jump down into the comments section below and leave your thoughts there. Hey guys, thanks a lot for watching our video. Make sure you do all the standard stuff, subscribe to the channel, click the thumbs up button. But listen, also, we do a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, hour-long show every day. Make sure you go and subscribe to it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice.